I'm Scott Cannon from the Gas Drilling Awareness Coalition. A colleague of mine sent me this story from the Sun Gazette in Williamsport, Pennsylvania. A mobile home park in Jersey Shore, just west of Williamsport, was being closed because a company called Aqua PVR LLC, a subsidiary of Aqua America, bought the property from the owner to put in a water withdrawal facility to siphon millions of gallons of water a day from the Susquehanna River to use in gas drilling fracking operations. The residents were given just over a month to find a new place and move out. On March 15, 2012, the Susquehanna River Basin Commission approved a permit by protest to Aqua Infrastructures LLC that sealed the fate of these residents.
All those in favor say aye.
I pledge to protect the Susquehanna. I pledge to protect the Susquehanna.
All those opposed,
I pledge to protect
say no.
the Susquehanna. I pledge to protect the Susquehanna. I pledge to protect the Susquehanna.
This is your warning.
I pledge to protect the Susquehanna.
Please let us proceed.
I pledge to protect the Susquehanna. I pledge to protect the Susquehanna.
All those in favor say aye. Aye. All those opposed say no. The ayes have it, and the motion to reconsider is hereby adopted.
The residents found out about the sale of the mobile home park by reading it in the paper.
When everybody in the park found out that, by reading the Sun Gazette, that our park was sold, we're like, what's going on here? And so the more we did research, we found out that it was sold to the water company, and the landlord did come around one by one and told us that, the park was sold. He says, you will be receiving a letter stating when you had to be out.
Yeah, we read it in the newspaper at the beginning, and like I said, we live with his mom and dad for temporary because we have a 7-year-old, Dawson Nolte. It's actually his son, and we read it in the newspaper. We were kind of shocked, and then the guy that did own it, came and knocked on the door and stated that he sold it, and everybody had to move.
He sold us down the river, just like that.
Who's that?
The landlord, which is, I have a few words for him, as everyone else in this village, and I wouldn't dare say that.
I live in a trailer that is owned by the son of the owner, and I had a knock on the door, and he gave me a little short letter, and he says, Bob, the trailer court's been sold. My dad sold it, and you're going to have to be out of here by the end of March. So I said, oh my God. I said, does that only mean me? He said, no, everybody has to go.
The landlord had sold it, and he come in one day and said, hey, I sold a trailer court, and everybody's got to move. And that was it. And then he turned around and walked out.
An Aqua PVC spokesperson said that the previous owner of the Riverdale Mobile Home Park failed to provide appropriate notifications to his tenants about the sale of his property and its use. They have extended the project start 1 month to give the tenants more time to look for a new home.
Well, the hardest part was the fact that over the last few years, we know he's been trying to sell it, which the residents didn't have a problem with that because we were told it would always be a mobile home park.
And he came to my door, which is Skip Leonard, and said, I sold the court, but it's not going to be a court. You got to move. 4 days after that, we get a letter in the mail. We had signed for it, certified, that our lease is terminated. And we're left up in the air. We didn't know who bought it, who did what, nothing.
Well, We know it's coming. We're going to get hammered with getting out of here. And I think I might have a place to go. I'm not sure. But we'll wait and see.
Well, we're trying to look for a place. About 15 years ago, I put a roof on, a hip roof, and there's probably 2 ton up there. And I don't think my trailer could move.
We've been here since '72, right after the '72 flood. And we've had the trailer since '65. This is the boy I adopted. He was a nephew. And I adopted him in '52. He just turned 62.
My home is a 12 by 70. It's what they call a 10 on 10. Tin siding, tin roof, and there is no mobile home parks anywhere that will accept my home. And so I'm praying every day, to try to figure out what I can do.
It's difficult for me because it's my mom and dad, and their health ain't that great, and they don't have no money to move at all. They have nowhere to go, and these people come in and just took over our lives, basically.
I had talked to a mover last night. He said, well, if the skirting don't fit, it comes out of my pocket. If the shed don't pass and I have to have a new shed, it comes out of my pocket. If certain things don't pass, it's out of my pocket. And my pocket's very shallow. I do not have the money.
I've heard 6,000, maybe 7, I don't know, maybe more or less. I didn't really get into it. I don't even want to know. But somebody's going to pay for it.
Just to move the home is $6,100. And that doesn't include removing my roof, moving the shed, I don't know, whatever other costs come up along the way.
And how much are they offering you to move?
Last I heard was $2,500.
Next month, on the 27th of April, I'll be 78 years old. And as soon as he gave me a letter, I started buying the Williamsport Sun-Gazette, Lock Haven Express, looking for apartments. And they're very scarce. There's some apartment owners, I feel, they will not, when they look at me, they know I'm not a gas worker, and I think those are the kind of people they're looking for, gas workers, so they can jack the price up on their apartments.
It's impossible, okay? The rent's higher. The water and sewage is, you gotta pay monthly. Here we paid at the end of the year, and you didn't pay for sewage. Everything's more expensive. There's no way that we can just pick up and move.
At 80 years of age, how difficult is it to move?
Tough, rough, whatever you want to call it. It's just, it's hell.
Most of them in here don't even have a good income. We're on a fixed income, and we ain't got no money to move anywhere.
I work for a national company, but I work at my home.
So if you have to move, that's going to take away from your employment for a period of time until you actually move.
Yes, because the internet has to be hooked up at the new site. Everything has to be moved down there, and my office set back up. Yes.
So it's pretty disruptive?
Yeah, it is. It is.
The rent in this county is so high. Even this morning I read one for $950 a month.
And that's because of, why is that?
It's because of all the gas well people that are here taking up all the, any rental property around is double of what it was a year or so ago.
Never seen this coming, for one, and then for just water, I mean, there's all these other places. The Susquehanna River runs for hundreds and hundreds of miles. Why do they have to pick our trailer park, you know, to put in a water pump? Or why couldn't they run a water pump another way, you know, to be able to still let our trailer park live here, you know, to let us still be here so we don't have to leave, you know, because not everybody can afford to leave this place, you know. It's not hard with all the money that it takes to move one of these homes. It's just outrageous. And then they don't want to help with anything. $2,500 ain't nothing, you know, to move one of these homes. It's outrageous.
Okay, in the paper it states 3 million gallons per day. Okay, if they take out 3 million gallons per day, people in Jersey Shore, Williamsport are going to be hurting because we're not going to have water.
In addition to the water withdrawal permit at the Riverdale Park, a few thousand feet to the right is another withdrawal site awaiting a permit, and a few thousand feet to the left is a water withdrawal site owned by Range Resources. Potentially, these three sites could extract approximately 9 million gallons of water a day from the Susquehanna River. How has the community changed because of the gas drilling?
Well, not for the good, I'll tell you that.
The traffic on our highways in this area here has tripled. You can get up, you can hear traffic all night long going up and down the highway.
Just a whole lot more traffic around, a lot. Like the local bars in Jersey Shore, which I don't go to the bars and stuff, but I hear from other people like all the rowdiness that goes on from having the people here from Texas and stuff, which it ain't just the people from Texas or wherever they come from. But you know, you get the people in here partying, and then that leads into a lot more rowdiness and then fights and stuff that really don't need to be going on.
Rents have gone up. Landlords expect more money for their apartments.
Why is that?
Because they figure that if the gas companies, they make a lot of money, and their workers do, so they feel that they could raise the rents and profit off of that.
So that makes it harder for the locals.
That makes it harder for the people that are in low income. What are we supposed to do?
If there were anything that you could tell your congressmen and state representatives, what would it be?
How about just plain help?
Yeah, please help.
Same thing I told you, and we need help.
This is not right. As what I would like to say to my governor or government is help. People on a fixed income, we need help.
I just, you know, basically give my life to God right now and say, hey, what's next? And, you know, he's telling me, you know, stay strong, and hopefully some good things will come out of this. And the more media we get, the more I'm hoping for some outside help. You know, is there some young lawyers out there that want to get their field up and running? You know, we're willing to pay, you know, some money, but we need a lot of work done pro bono to research the laws. I heard yesterday, well, what about eminent domain? I don't even know what it means, but that was put it in an email to me. And, you know, we're not lawyers, so we don't know the law. And, I mean, we are just praying for somebody to come in that has some sort of knowledge of the law to really try to help us.
Put it this way, I cry myself to sleep at night, and I wake up and I'm still so distraught because where's the money coming from?
I mean, when you come in, when somebody comes in and says you gotta move, and you look at our age, and you know what you know you like your trailer, but you know you can't move it really, and it's hell.
This has put me under a lot of pressure. All I have a sister and a brother-in-law in Jersey Shore here, a sister and a brother-in-law down in Williamsport. I have nowhere to go.
Representative Garth Everett has an office in this town, and I went to his office, and his secretary just point blank told me that when someone buys a piece of land they can do whatever they want to do.
Money talks and you know what walks.
Do you believe in clean water, fresh air, safe roads, and the natural beauty of our region? Learn about the unwanted effects of gas drilling. Visit gdacoalition.org.